Welcome to Charlie 27 and the awareness campaign, one that affects every woman in America, and of course, the men who love and care about them. My name is Ulysses Clay Jr., CEO of the UCJ Group and Charlie 27. Today's question is, do you or anyone you know suffer with mental health? That's what's up next, and we're gonna talk about it. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. All right. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for staying with us. Today's question is, do you or anyone you know suffer with mental health? And what sparked the thought in my mind was 2 weeks ago, ladies and gentlemen. I was actually driving and I seen a gentleman actually sitting in the middle of the street, right on the yellow divider lines. It was actually about 101 degrees out. This gentleman was wearing a coat, a big coat, and he was sitting right in the middle of the street. In my mind, I'm thinking, okay, obviously, what's going on with this guy, right? And also today, just so happened, I was going to take care of some business right here in Oklahoma City, and I seen another gentleman laying almost in the street, right? He had like a sign, on his belly while he was laying down. He was actually taking a nap. Because one of his legs was up, so I knew he wasn't just, I knew he was still alive, right? But I'm thinking, what's going on with this gentleman as well? See, mental health is very, very prevalent in our society, and it's very, very taboo in communities with people of color, I should say. And I have two very, very distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, because this is not my area of expertise. This is not what I do. But I appreciate the two ladies that I have that I'm going to bring to the mic in just a few minutes here. But I wanted to just share with you a couple of things. I was doing research over the last, say, 3 or 4 days on mental health. Because see, one thing that I know, everyone in their family somewhere, brother, sister, mother, father, cousin, auntie, second, third, fourth generation, somewhere has somebody in their family who has or is suffering with mental health, ladies and gentlemen. And one of the things that I found was this. It's 12. It's an article that lists 12 interesting physical signs of mental illness to watch out for, and these were medical professionals, but mainly medical professionals. And one of the things they said, number one, and I'm just going to highlight real quickly so I can get to my guests. I am so excited to have these ladies on who truly have the expertise to speak on the subject. But number one is stomach ache. See, those stomach issues may actually be a result of what's going on in one's head. See, patients with anxiety disorders can be presented with gastrointestinal upset such as nausea, abdominal pain, or even diarrhea. That's this reference is by Dr. Mara Ackman. The second one is sudden increase or decrease in weight. See, drastic or concerning shifts of weight, whether it's weight loss or weight gain, can signify a mental health condition. Eating disorders are a class of mental health disorders where a person has dominant or inappropriate eating habits that most frequently leading to weight loss as well. This is by Dr. Gathing, I'm sorry. Number three is unusual clothing. See, people with bipolar disorder who are experiencing a manic episode may dress very colorfully or boldly or wear a lot of makeup or jewelry. This is, again, Dr. Ackman. See, also, number four is social withdrawal. See, social withdrawal is often a sign of serious mental issues. This is Dr. Carla Manley. She also said those who suffer from certain mental health issues often worry that they will not be accepted, that they are inferior or I should say that they must hide their disorder. Number five is reduced energy. See, those who are severely depressed often have reduced energy and therefore spend more time in solitary activities. Mental health issues can cause fatigue for various reasons. Number six is blunted affect. People who suffer from depression often show a blunted affect, which is lack of facial expression. Poor hygiene. Okay, hygiene is often neglected when someone is in depression mode. Their hair may be unwashed and their clothes may be unkept. Right. Number eight. Repetitive tics. Anxiety can manifest itself in many physical ways, including tics. There can be habitual movements such as rocking or other movements in an attempt to soothe oneself. This is Dr. Doherty. Number nine is chronic pain. It is fairly common for individuals with a mental health condition to complain of recurrent aches and pains, hence the popular saying, depression hurts. Number 10, relentlessness. The inability to rest or relax is a key indication that someone may be battling a mental health condition. Not being able to sit still with consistent moving or fidgeting can be presented in attention deficit disorder or ADHD. Number 11, low sex drive. Wow, didn't know that. Although there is no single definition of health sex drive, individuals with mental health issues often recognize a downward shift in their libido. This decreases in sexual appetite can be related to the condition itself, such as with fatigue and depression. And last but not least, frequent colds and infections. Many people who suffer from mental illness often get frequent colds and infections, per Dr. Gantz. That's amazing to me because, some signs we may recognize, but didn't know what they are or what to expect them to be, especially something like a cold, right? But at this time, I'm going to bring on my special guests, ladies and gentlemen, because I am so elated to have them on the show. This is our debut, our guest debut. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm so grateful and blessed to have them on the call with me on the podcast. First of all, I want to introduce Jennifer Thomas. Ms. Thomas, who is a mental mental health first aid instructor. She works in, I believe, the Oklahoma City Public Schools as well. And then also Ms. LaShawn Underwood, who is a LPC or licensed professional counselor. Both ladies reside right here in the great state of Oklahoma, and right here in Oklahoma City. And let's just start with, if I may, with Jennifer. First of all, welcome, ladies. You both on the line with me today?
Yes. Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Awesome. Let's just start with Jennifer. Hey, Jennifer, if you don't mind, would you share with our audience your profession, what you do, and by you working in the educational system via the Oklahoma City Public Schools, can you kind of elaborate, give us a brief synopsis of what you do and why you do what you do?
Hello, everyone. I am a high school school counselor. I just recently switched districts before I updated my business cards, and so I'm no longer with the Oklahoma City Public Schools, and I am now a high school counselor. So I'm excited to work with the students. I love working with children. I've worked with children of all ages, and I want to continue that when I get my license. I'm currently in the LPC program, and I'm almost finished. I have one class left this semester.
Awesome.
And so I am looking to build expertise and knowledge and training in assisting young people. I feel that the younger that we um, work with young kids, that we have the ability to undo all the traumas that they have experienced with coping skills that allow them to relate with other people, uh, build and maintain healthy relationships. And so that is my true passion, and that's why I do what I do.
Awesome. Awesome. LaShawn,
Yes, sir.
what about you, Queen? Because being an LPC, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, you are in private practice.
Yes, yes, sir.
Talk about what you do and why you do what you do, and what do you see since being in the field?
Okay. Well, I have been in the field for over 14 years now.
Wow.
I have had several capacities. I worked for a program that caters to children from birth to 3 years old, and I work with their families. I did agency community work, so I did home-based counseling. So I was able to see a different side of the client in the home. And now I'm doing office-based private practice. And I'm really excited because I'm able to work with people who want change. Um, Usually you work with people who aren't invested in their own change. So they have systems of care. So their family systems, their work systems, their community systems are all broken.
Mhm.
And that's just what's normal to them. But now I'm getting a chance to work with a population of people that want different, and they're willing to do the hard work to find something better for them. So that's really nice.
Wow, wow. So in your field, and especially in private practice, are you what do you feel that's most important, especially with people who maybe really don't feel? I mean, when you talk, okay, family members or someone in the family, what do you suggest? Someone who may detect someone maybe perhaps in their family and maybe even a coworker
Mm-hmm.
that maybe has some questionable um, some questionable actions that from a day to day, be a personality, whatever. What could one do? I just named 12, things that one could, put basically detect, I should
Mm-hmm.
say. Now, that's not to suggest that this person may have a mental illness,
Mm-hmm.
but what do you say? Just speak to that, okay? Just speak to that, and then what do you suggest that one do
Okay.
if detected?
Okay. So the private practice that I'm with now, which is Elevate Talkspace, we definitely are directing are practiced towards people who are just stressed and overwhelmed. You don't necessarily have to have a mental health, serious mental health diagnosis just to get therapy. You can just
Mhm.
be stressed out, overwhelmed with life, which to me is everybody,
Absolutely.
because we have a lot going on. Part of the issue is when we don't address the stress and the overwhelming feelings, they can become a depressive disorder. So
Wow.
when life is just overwhelming, maybe something happened, maybe you lost a loved one, um, maybe you've lost a job, maybe your kids are acting out. Those are the target people that we're looking at, because it shouldn't be, you have to just be down and out and really, really sick in order to get therapy. It
Absolutely.
doesn't have to be long term. You can come in, sort out some things, get through some things, clarify some things for yourself, and just have someone there to help you sort through it. Um, and then be able to stop therapy. It doesn't have to be something that's ongoing for a long time, but it's about addressing what you have going on. And a lot of people don't do that. And I'm just going to say for our community, the African American community, we do have a strong religious base. And so
Yes.
we're told to, just pray about it. You don't have enough faith. I actually
Mm.
met with a young man today, and he told me that his family told him he wasn't saved because he had a mental health illness.
Wow.
And
Are you serious?
yes, and he didn't pray hard enough, and he didn't have enough faith. And he also told me that his family would come into town and find their medication. So him and his mom were taking medications to help them feel better. Um, and they would flush them down the toilet and tell them, you just need to pray.
Oh my goodness. Wow. Wow. See, I have my own opinion about that because there's been more damage than there has been good, in my opinion, on that side, but I'm gonna hold that thought. Right now, we're gonna break,
Okay.
and then we're gonna pick this up when we get back. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Hey, welcome back, everybody. My name is Ulysses Clay with Charlie 27 in Awareness Campaign. Today's question is: do you or anyone you know suffer with mental health? And my special guest today is Miss Jennifer Thomas and LaShawn Underwood. I am so blessed to have these beautiful queens on the show today, the debut show, the guest debut. And we were just talking about LaShawn. Let's just pick right up with that
Okay.
because that's very, very important about, people really just having their own opinion, I should say,
Mm-hmm.
about mental health, especially when it comes to family and how, even faith-based people of faith, I should say,
Mm-hmm.
really are, in my opinion, that are not educated.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. What's your thought on that? Because what you said is really you hitting home to why this is so taboo, in my opinion,
Mm-hmm.
in our community.
Yes.
Right. So go ahead and just.
Yes, I believe that unfortunately we have lived by that saying of what goes on in the house stays in the house.
Yes.
We don't put our business out in the streets. You don't go tell other people what's going on in our house. And one of the things that Jennifer and I have been really working towards is letting our community, the African American community, know that there are professionals that they can go see that look like them. We
Mm-hmm.
have the same culture, we have the same background, so we understand, of course, the African American community. And I hope that that will help ease the fears of going to talk to someone and getting necessary help. One
Absolutely.
of the taglines that I've been saying recently is people don't have to suffer in silence anymore. There is help available. There are many African American females and males in the field who are equipped to help you get through these life struggles. You just have to get the help you need.
Wow, wow. Let's bring Jennifer in on this. Jennifer, you've been working in the education, or I should say, the school system, and you've been dealing with our kids, right?
Yes, sir.
Talk to me about from that perspective, our children, right, and some of the things you have to deal with on a daily concerning them.
Well, I initially started in the early childhood as an early childhood teacher, and I was taken aback by how explosive some of our children are when with simple things such as sharing their disruptions in the day. Something might happen like an assembly or something unexpected, and their behaviors are just exponential. Like they're just totally explosive, and they are very disruptive, and so it really I was really alarmed by it, and I wanted to know more of why these children were behaving the way that they were. And a lot of research has come out over the past few years about being trauma focused, trauma informed, trauma sensitive. All those words are thrown out there. And they have shown that our children behave this way because of things that they have experienced. And it's just on my journey to learn more about how to cater to these children, how to build relationships with these children, how to make them feel safe, how to educate them as well, so that they are able to do the things that they need to do. A lot of our children are held back because of these traumas. It affects their ability to learn, and it disproportionately affects African American boys. They are in special education, one that is licensed to offer support.
Wow, yeah. That's awesome. LaShawn, would you close us out with your thoughts on that as well?
I will. I always tell people that I'm working with that it's okay not to be okay. And with that being said, I do understand being so overwhelmed and feeling like the only way the pain will end is if someone would end their lives. I currently speak to several people that are in that situation. However, it didn't work. So their attempt was not completed. And I always tell people that I'm very grateful that I'm able to speak with them and that their attempt didn't work. And then we're able to go to another level where we're able to actually look at why they feel like that, and find other ways to deal with the depression, because I understand that it gets overwhelming. But the main thing, like Jennifer said, was to reach out to people. And I would say for us in the African American community, if someone states that they are feeling overwhelmed or feeling like they want to end their life or they're taking actions to end their lives, get them help. Yes, we can pray. Yes, we can wish for the best, but people who are at that point need professional help. So take them to a hospital, alert the authorities. Don't take it lightly, because
Yeah.
that's the other thing I always tell people. Like, yes, I understand if you complete suicide, and that's the word that we are starting to use in the field, complete suicide, they stop hurting, but the people around them start hurting.
Right.
So then that trickles down, because you always feel like, well, what could I have done? What could I have said if I just would have went over there, if I would have just checked on them? And like Jennifer said as well, even those people you feel like are strong, check on them as well.
Sure. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Because
don't be afraid to ask.
yes,
Thinking about committing suicide, or not committing, are you thinking about killing yourself?
yes,
That is one of the things that, as a mental health first aid instructor, it is a program that goes, it's worldwide. They train anyone and everyone that is interested in learning how to, speak to someone that is thinking about completing suicide. So they talk about what you can say, how to encourage them to get help, and also QPR.
yes,
Question, persuade, and refer. I believe that's what it is.
yes.
Yes. And so these are a couple of the programs that are out there, that will train you to help identify and get that person.
Wow. That's
And
go ahead.
those trainings are free.
Okay.
So
Yes.
that's important for the community to know too.
Okay.
It just takes your time. You can save someone's life by being trained and knowing what to say and what not
to say. Wow, that's great. I got to have you ladies back. God, this is absolutely amazing and wonderful to me, because again, I'm not the professional, you guys are. So you guys educated me again on your perspective fields. So LaShawn,
Yes, sir.
would you tell everyone how they can perhaps reach you or your organization if they need you?
Yes. So the organization that I am affiliated with is Elevate Talkspace, and it is on Facebook. You can call me directly. My name is LaShawn Underwood. I'm a licensed professional counselor. I am African American. I am a woman, and I can be reached at 405-529-6331. I take some insurance. I also take private pay, and I do have some slots for Title 19.
Wow, awesome. Jennifer?
Yes. Again, I am a high school counselor. I'm also a mental health first aid instructor, and I can give you more information about that. Our group is, I changed the name, is now the Black Mental Health Collective. And so it is on Facebook, our page and our group, and we will have updates on different events that will be going on in the Oklahoma City area, and also just information about support, encouraging, words of encouragement, articles, research-based articles. I always try to find credible resources to share with my followers. And so that's the best way to get in contact with me. And that, again, is the Black Mental Health Collective, OKC. It's on Facebook again.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Do you guys have email address just in case someone wants to reach out to you via email?
My email is Thomas, THOMAS, Jennifer, JENNIFER 09 at AOL.com.
And mine, LaShawn's, is Be Well and Whole. So all of that is connected. BEWELLANDWHOLE at protonmail.com. PROTONMAIL.com.
Wow. I want to thank you guys for being my guest debut on the show. And thank you for the breadth of expertise and knowledge that you have on the subject of mental health. Ladies and gentlemen, I encourage everyone to reach out to these ladies. Be sure if you have a family member, please don't hesitate. Even if you have questions about what may be questionable in their behavior, reach out to these ladies, and just get their opinion, right? It does not hurt just to reach out, say, look, this is what's going on with my son, my daughter, my mom, my dad. It doesn't matter. Just reach out. It's better to be safe, right, than sorry, right? And on behalf of myself, Ulysses Clay Jr. and Charlie 27, the awareness campaign and the foundation of my baby, Charlita Nicole Clay, that passed away 9 years ago. I want to thank y'all because we are the awareness campaign. We are going to continue to bring content that will enlighten, that will empower people all across this country about issues, everyone's issues, right? And also our goal is to reach 100 million people in the next 10 years or less. How are we going to do that? We're going to touch 1 million who touch 100. So those of you who will hear this broadcast, who's hearing my voice, share this with 100 people and you will help us get there quicker than anticipated. But if you just share it with 10, that's fine as well, because we want to make sure that we make a difference in everyone's lives, make a difference, because at the end of the day, it's not about you and it's not about me. It's not about us. It's about those whose lives will be touched as a result of us being here. And I thank you. I just thank God for everyone. My guests, Miss Jennifer Thomas, Ms. LaShawn Underwood, you queens are absolutely amazing. And I thank you. My name is Ulysses Clay Jr. And that's the show for tonight. Everyone be well. And always remember, you are something great. And never, ever let a loser tell you otherwise. Good night, everybody. God bless.